After an illness and loads of personal stuff, I can finally get this video out. Fuck, 1 month later. Okay. But I'm here now, better late than never. And this is, in fact, the sequel to what Dane calls the highest rated video on my channel. Let's see, is he correct? Yes, clearly he's correct. He's very much accurate on that. Very on point. And the reason this video that I'm talking about caught my eye, and I won't show any clips from it because it's not what's being said in the video that I have a problem with. It's the video's existence in itself that bothers me. And the video in question is called "Reacting to EFAP Clips with Former EFAP Guys: The Initiative, the Early Days." And that caught my attention as far as like the early days section of that title. It was like, early days. Wait, they can't be possibly talking about who I think they're talking about, are they? And yes, it is in fact SK and Southpaw that they're actually him and old Dad Faith Bob there are having a conversation with. And I just thought that was pretty fucking insane that he would actually upload a video with the two people he pretty much treated like shit. About a year ago, I think it was. How long ago was that? A year ago? I feel like, yeah. But he pretty much is like, yeah, here's the video of the old days where back before I told these two guests here that could have sworn they were being heard and having their voices be put out there to tell their feelings about EFAP in general. But instead, it turns out they were just merely used for content, according to Dave. He was using it for autonomous sources, and he saw himself as a journalist. My guy, you're a douche bro that sits in front of a goddamn computer and complains about the same 7 people at least once a week in rotation. You're not a journalist. You're not even as good as the worst journalist on planet Earth. Please stop. Please stop. Do not do that to yourself. You should have been embarrassed by saying that. And you should be more embarrassed saying you pretty much use these guys as content. Like, that in itself is just a shitty statement. I mean, he didn't say as content, he saw them as sources. It's like, well, sources for what? For your content, I guess. So that's how it comes off to me. He's just using them for content, for his own little person. It's fucking ridiculous. I really... And again, about the same 7 people. I talk about about the same people sometimes. I made a lot of videos on Death Noodles. I made a lot of videos on Comic Book too. But I got tired of that shit after a while. After a while, it took a whole year to get the last Death Noodles video out. I didn't really give that much of a fuck about Death Noodles at that point. But as more and more things started building up, I said, I should probably get on this. Same thing with Comic Book Cast too. Last video I made about them was about a couple months ago, back before I think Madam Web came out, because that was the subject of the video. And now I'm like here. Before that was like a year, maybe 2 years since I made a video on them, and now I'm like I'm going to eventually, but it's like not a priority in my life because there's stuff I did want to talk about, and that would probably be the last one I make on Comic Book Cast because it's like there's nothing else really. I got this set of shit here, but that's it. I'm done. But that whole Dane and Southpaw SK thing was so douchey because it's like. Again, I've said this before about other people, but they're kind of team sports brain. He's kind of a team sports brain where it's like, these are my team. This is my team, and I'm sticking with it. And my team is right no matter what, even if they're blatantly wrong. But this is how it is now, man. I believe I've had like one interaction with Dane since that last video I made, and it was just him telling me. This video on me is the highest viewed video on your channel. It is not, by the way. If my sarcasm wasn't obvious, it obviously is not the highest rated video on the channel. I don't know why I know why. He's just reaching. He's grasping at straws. I gotta come up with something because I don't want to address the shit that's being said here because that makes me look like a complete piece of shit. So he doesn't want to address that. That's fine. He can be as spineless as he wants to. I'm not gonna try to convince him to be otherwise. But and plus, I think he's actually subscribed to my channel. I don't know why. You want to tell me why, Dane? What's that about? That better be glitch, because otherwise, I don't know what you think what you think you're doing. What you think you're doing? What are you doing? You a fan of mine?
He a fan. He a fan. He a fan.
But yeah, Dane decides to get in on my video, claim that it's the highest video rate, highest viewed video on the channel, because views matter, I guess, in his mind. Because to me and any other normal person, no, views don't matter at all. It's just you get seen or they don't. Well, views could matter to people who get paid for their content. I don't, so I don't know what that really means to me, other than, well, actually just nothing. It means nothing. There's nothing else that could mean to me, but nothing. Yeah, I did have an actual, conversation with one of the people, I guess, in this group, who actually, it was respectful. I didn't get too upset. I was just answering his question. I was not backing down on the Willis Screedia thing. I don't think him calling a black person an Uncle Tom is actually, like, that's not for you to that's not your call to make. Let's just put it like that. Not your call to make, okay? If you wouldn't call the man a coon or a Sambo, you shouldn't be calling him that. So call him Uncle Tom. That's just, I'm not budget on that. I'm sorry. But again, the conversation me and that person had was very respectful. It was very calm. I wasn't too respectful to Dane because Dane came out the gate with his shit. But to be fair, I was calling him a dick and a douche, and he is. So I'm sorry. You can't look at that conversation and come away with any other outcome that he's kind of an asshole. Like, I don't know. Whatever. And then one of his fans decides to jump in and goes, "Well, it's okay for you to say this, but not Dane." I didn't say that at all. When did I say it was okay for me to do another? Anyway, the guy never answered my question, by the way. I guess he was just there to kiss Dane's ass for as much as possible. And that's it, because he certainly didn't have an answer to my question that I asked about this. Dane, just in general, just seems like an unreasonable person. So there's a thing I saw, I think it was in one of Organized Chaos's videos or something, where they talk about EFAP liking the show Andor. And I swear to God, it was like the most unreasonable fucking statement where he just says.
So like they when they're like, you said they like the dude in chat a little while ago was like, you said they only say negative things about Star Wars. What about Andor? It's like, yeah man, of course they got to throw positivity a bone every now and then, because otherwise it'll be too obvious, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, what does that mean? It's too obvious. It's just they dislike the show. You can't. If they like it, there's an ulterior motive. If they don't like it, there's an ulterior motive. It's just unreasonable all around. There's no winning with this person. There's no winning. You can't win at all. There's nothing. There's always something going on, no matter what it is. It's just like I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get why this person has a fan base when they're this unreasonable. My only guess is because they just don't like the right people. That's it. It's the same with the other side they just don't like the right people. So no matter how unreasonable it is, they just like it. They like it no matter what. So I don't know. It's like, what kind of shit is that? I don't understand. That just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about this thing again because it's like, it just seemed very scummy to use SK and Southpaw as content like you said you were doing in the first place. Like, that just seems very scummy, and it seems even scummier to do it again after the fallout you had with those two, and knowing how they feel about you now. It's like, oh, so you're just gonna do this again? Okay, all right, they're okay. I see the kind of person we're dealing with now. You there holding your chin again there, Bob? Old Organized Chaos, you holding that chin there again? I don't know why he does that. I don't know why he does that. That's why I brought it up the last time, because I noticed he does that a lot, and I'm like, why do you do that? And it's not like he's like resting his chin in his hand, and he's like got his elbow on something else, on a desk or something. He just has it there, floating in the ether. I'm just like, what are you doing? I don't know. Oh my god. I don't know why it makes me laugh. It's just something I notice. It just cracks me up. But anyway, yeah, that's it. Just another twist in this sordid tale of actual fandom and the rest. Well, it's just him. I don't even know who the rest. Like some of these other people, I don't even really give a fuck about or like have a problem with. It's just organized chaos and actual fandom. That's it. Turf Nation, I barely know who the hell that is. Liz, and there's another guy. I forgot it's Eric's or something, whatever his name is. Eric's, whatever the fuck. I don't have a problem with that guy either. I barely know who that is either. I do know more about these two than those other ones. That's just the thing. Top Counterculture, I've had a few interactions with him. But that's it. But overall, I don't really have a problem with him. But one last thing before I go, I do want to address this comment made by Dane in the last video, where he says that he would call me out, but then he'd get views like mine on every video where that's not about him. First of all, he says every video that's not about him, where it's like, he says it as if there's a lot of videos about him. It was just the one. That was just the one video I made that one time. And this is the second one now. And again, bring up the views, because again, views is what matters to him. I don't know if the views even matter to him. I think he's just saying it just to say things. That's all. But I will say the only reason you won't call me out on this, the only reason you won't make a response to this, is because you're a spineless coward. Because you know what I talk about in that video is indefensible. You can't defend. There's no conceivable way you can defend that and not make yourself look like a bigger asshole than you already are. I'm sorry, there's no possible way. I'm willing to bet, and you know what? Call me crazy, but I'm willing to bet you asked your friends not to even respond to this video. Like, Bob, what's his name? Organized Chaos? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you asked him, like, don't even talk about this. I'm pretty sure you did. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I already heard some shady things about you and that Willis Greedy. Apparently, him and Willis Greedy had a falling out, and allegedly, I don't know how true this is, but allegedly revealed some of Willis Greedy's medical history for some reason. I don't know why he would do that. That doesn't. What does that even matter? But either way, it sounds like something he would do, but I can't prove he's actually done that. I don't know if he has, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. But I know you will never respond to that. This I know, because I know the kind of person Dane is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I am what I am, and I'm going to be the very best of what I am. And for those who don't like me confidentially, I don't give a damn.